Have you ever felt like you're running away from something you're meant to do? What if running away got you swallowed whole by a giant fish? This isn't a fairy tale. It's the unbelievable true story of a man named Jonah. So, here's the deal. God gives Jonah a mission: go to the city of Nineveh and tell the people to shape up because they ran on a one-way track to disaster. But Jonah, he wants absolutely nothing to do with it. He thinks the people of Nineveh are the worst and basically don't deserve a second chance. Instead of heading east to Nineveh, he buys a ticket for a ship sailing west, as far away as he can possibly get. He's literally running from his destiny. Out on the open sea, a furious storm suddenly kicks up. We're talking massive waves, howling winds, the kind of storm that makes experienced sailors terrified for their lives. The crew is in a full-blown panic, throwing cargo overboard to lighten the ship, praying to their own gods. Meanwhile, where's Jonah? He's fast asleep down in the hold. The captain finds him and wakes him up, like, "Hey, how can you be sleeping? Pray to your God. Maybe he'll save us." The sailors decide to cast lots to figure out who's responsible for this divine-level chaos. And guess who gets picked? Yep, Jonah. They confront him, and he fesses up. He tells them, "I'm a Hebrew, and I worship the Lord, the God of heaven, who made the sea and the dry land. And yeah, I'm running away from him." The sailors are even more terrified now. They ask him, "What should we do to you to make the sea calm down for us?" Jonah, realizing this is all his fault, says something incredibly brave: "Pick me up and throw me into the sea, and it will become calm. I know that it is my fault that this great storm has come upon you." The sailors try to row back to land. They really do, but the storm is just too powerful. Finally, they pray to Jonah's God, asking for forgiveness for what they're about to do. And they throw Jonah overboard. Instantly, the sea becomes perfectly calm. The crew is left in absolute awe. But this is where the story gets even crazier. Just as Jonah hits the water, God sends a giant fish to swallow him whole. Can you imagine? Pitch black, the sound of water sloshing, the smell. It's the ultimate rock bottom. Jonah is inside this fish for 3 days and 3 nights. It's in this dark, slimy, desperate place that he finally has a change of heart. He prays. He doesn't make excuses or complain. He thanks God for saving him from drowning and promises to fulfill his mission. If you're finding this story as wild as I do me a favor and hit that like button and share this video with someone who needs to hear it. Sharing really helps the channel reach more people, and I appreciate it so much. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss what happens next. Okay, so after 3 days, God commands the fish, and it vomits Jonah out onto dry land. I bet he was glad to be out, but probably needed a long shower. This time, when God tells him to go to Nineveh, Jonah doesn't hesitate. He goes. He walks through the massive city, proclaiming, "In 40 days, Nineveh will be overthrown." And the most amazing thing happens. The people of Nineveh actually listen. From the king down to the common person, everyone repents. They fast, they pray, and they turn from their wicked ways. Seeing their genuine change of heart, God has compassion and doesn't bring about the destruction he had warned them about. You'd think Jonah would be happy, right? Mission accomplished. But no, he's actually angry. He complains to God, saying, "I knew it. I knew you were a gracious and compassionate God, slow to anger and abounding in love. That's why I ran away in the first place." He basically throws a tantrum because his enemies were shown mercy. So Jonah goes outside the city, builds a little shelter, and sits there to sulk. God then causes a plant to grow, providing Jonah with shade, which makes him happy. But the next day, God sends a worm to eat the plant, and it withers. Then a scorching east wind and a blazing sun beat down on Jonah until he feels faint and wishes he were dead, all over a plant. God then asks him, "Is it right for you to be angry about the plant?" Jonah snaps back, "It is. I'm angry enough to die." And this is the final, powerful lesson. God says, "You have been concerned about this plant, though you did not tend it or make it grow. It sprang up overnight and died overnight. And should I not have concern for the great city of Nineveh, and which there are more than 120,000 people who cannot tell their right hand from their left hand, also many animals. The story ends right there, with a question. It forces us, and Jonah, to think about the incredible depth of compassion and mercy. It's a reminder that everyone is deserving of a second chance. What do you think of Jonah's journey? Let me know in the comments below. And please, if you enjoyed this, share it with your friends, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe for more stories that make you think. Thanks for watching.